Hey guys, if you have cows or a tractor and you're on a homestead, I highly recommend this Bale spear from Frontier. It's probably one of the most versatile implements I have here on the homestead, and I'm going to give you 3 good reasons why you should have it too. So I believe Frontier is a subdivision of John Deere, and this Bale spear here fits on my 2032R perfectly. It's so handy to have. And the key to this one is the dual spears that are level. There are other bale spears out there to lift round bales and square bales. Sometimes they have like 3 with one up here, or they just have 1 with 2 smaller ones. This one here though is the one I highly recommend. It's probably a little self-explanatory. Obviously, the first thing I use this for is for moving these big square bales behind me and any round bales we get onto the farm. The nice thing is with the dual spear, it doesn't spin around, it doesn't fall over. I can manipulate the round and square bales any way I want to. It just makes it really easy to be able to move these and get the cows fed. Obviously, with any loader or tractor you purchase, you're gonna get a bucket firsthand, and that's okay for moving round bales. You can actually roll them, push them. It's not a problem moving them around, but you can't lift them at all. So that's why that bale spear makes a huge difference once you start getting into the bigger square bales. One thing I like to do too is if I'm having trouble like I just did with the top square bale, you're pushing, the forks aren't going in, and you might push it over the top of another bale, or you might push it into a wall that's a little fragile or something like that. What you can do is grab the bale from the other side, flip it over, and then ram your forks in that way and pick it up. I'll show you what I mean. The second reason I love these bale spears with the 2 level spears is I can use this now as a pallet fork as well. So if we go to the feed store and fill up a pallet full of feed, it's very easy for me to, instead of hand bombing that off the truck, I can just come in here with the tractor and pick this up and set it into the garage right where I want it. So before I get into my 3rd favorite thing that I love using this bale spear for, is I'll tell you a few other things that I've used this for. Moving heavy equipment. So if I take the snowblower off the tractor, if I take the post hole digger off, it's very easy to move with this bale spear versus the bucket. If I want to go do some work out the back, I can actually put this on, pick up the bucket, and take both of them with me, so I have both handy. I can also move logs with this. If I'm putting in the cow fencing or other fencing, I can move logs. I can stack a whole bunch of them up here, which allows me to put the post hole digger on the back, drill holes, and continue to move and take posts off and drop them in the holes. It also allows me to use it as a portable workstation. I can put a pallet, a skid on here, and I can take my generator where I need it to go in case of an emergency with the house. I can put tools on here, the chainsaw, the hammer, wire, that kind of thing, anything I need to do work around the property. So this becomes not only a workbench, but a workstation as well to be able to move my tools where I need them. Another great feature of this is that I can actually put chains around the bale spears and lift stuff up. That's hard to do with the bucket because you can't get the chains on properly. And sometimes if you put it around the middle of the bucket, you sometimes damage your bucket. If you hook it onto the edges, sometimes again, you'll damage your bucket. So using the Bale spears and hooking the chain around any parts of this implement make it that much more effective. Now, the third thing I love using this Bale spear for here on the homestead is actually clearing land. The ability for the Bale spears to get up underneath the stumps, pull out roots, go through the soil easily, be able to pull out all those roots. I can lift stumps out, I can manipulate them the way I want to, I can carry the stumps, put them in a big pile somewhere else, get them moved out of my way. It's so nice to be able to have something that allows you to dig without pushing on stuff. For example, the bucket, it has that wide blade at the front, so you can't get under a stump as easily as, say, a spear, which is going to be a pointed, go right where you want it to, and then be able to pry stuff out, versus the bucket, which can't get under it the same way. Behind me, you can see some of the stumps that we've pulled out of this area that I'm standing on right here. The reason why we've been clearing this is we've had forest fires in the back, so we want to take the forest back a bit away from the house. That's also going to give us more land to be able to plant more fruit trees, more gardens, that kind of thing. So again, to recap, if you have a tractor, if you have cows and you need to feed them round bales or big square bales, I highly recommend this exact attachment. Well, I'm not sponsored, I just love it. It is so great. And again, versus some of the other bale spears on the market, this one comes in much more handy in my opinion. Also, if you're looking at, say, buying a grappling hook or grappler jaws or other implements like that, I'd first suggest picking up one of these, trying it out and see how you like it, because this works almost similar to a grapple, almost works like a stump ripper, it works like pallet forks, so it gives you a lot of versatility. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, hopefully you found some useful tips on this, and again, we'll talk to you soon.